This video was brought to you by Elgato Gaming. For the best gameplay capture there is, pick up an Elgato today. And sponsored by G2A.com. For the cheapest games, MSP and PSN codes. Links are in the description. Hey guys, how's it going? MasterBox here. Welcome back to the West Ham career mode in FIFA 17. Still in the January transfer window, only about a week or so into it. And we are immediately starting off this episode with a game in the semi-finals of the EFL Cup, so over 2 legs, and the first here away against Leeds United. We've been pretty fortunate with who we've ended up getting, because look, out of all the teams that have made it through, Tottenham, Chelsea, and Leeds United, and of course ourselves, we ended up getting Leeds, who are definitely on paper way worse than Chelsea and way worse than Tottenham. I'm just saying, I don't want to get too cocky or anything, but if anyone had to pick between what team they'd rather face to get to the next round of a cup competition, to get to a final, out of Chelsea, Tottenham and Leeds, I'm sure everyone would pick Leeds. But anyway, moving on, we are going to get into this game. One of my former career mode teams going up against my current career mode team in West Ham. And I have rotated the team around just a little bit. And this is the first leg, as I said. So if things, for some reason, don't go our way in this and maybe we find ourselves down, which God forbid we do have a second leg to take care of to make up to it. Or to make up for it. But either way, we're not going to let that happen. We're just going to hopefully take care of business. So come on. And take a look at this. I have no idea how this has happened, but Leeds United have somehow picked up Gervinho. He's really fallen from grace a fair bit, hasn't he? But maybe he's a bit of a danger for us to watch. But let's go then. First leg of the semi-finals. Let's do it. Nelson Semedo is running around on a little bit of an injury, so I've got to be aware of that. And he's also a little bit tired too. Cresswell gets taken out, but it's okay. He wasn't even given an advantage there. We were just going on. Oh, I see a gap. Maybe I'm going to play him through. Yep. Lanzini. It's that easy. Manuel Lanzini, 5 minutes in, we've scored. Dimitri Payet went running through a gap. I saw Lanzini. I took a long time to get the ball to him, and I took an even longer time to shoot, but he did get it off. Look at this. Really, I mean, how is he allowed that much space? He just waltzes in, and no joke, he's going to finish. And the goal scorer, Lanzini, filling up to it surely, and now we're going to play through Lacazette. Don't tell me. Do not tell me. Lacazette. Oh my God, it was actually blocked by Charlie Taylor. I thought it looked a bit weird. Maybe another chance at the corner. These deliveries keep getting put in, and Collins off the top of the crossbar. Really, how haven't we gotten this second goal yet? And that's going to do it then, first half. And honestly, despite just dominating possession and dominating with the ball and having so many attacks, to only be 1-0 up, I feel like we did not have the best half, honestly. Surprised to have, maybe not super surprised to have had so much of the possession, but goddamn, we've just not had enough reward from it. Header, Lanzini, get running forward up the middle, please. And on the left-hand side again, Tor with a fucking shit touch. This game doesn't want me to score 2. It really is doing its absolute utmost to keep Leeds in this game right now. I cannot put it to bed. Oh, what a cross. There it is at the back post. Roof, there it is. What a save from Adrian. There you go. That was the fucking moment that the whole game was building up to. Just unable to get the second goal, and they were going to whip in across and then bang, get the goal. Adrian denies them, although there's still chance that they could get that chance again. So we have to make sure that they don't. Come on, tackled by Lanzini. Still does not get the ball. Oh, God, come on, that's clear. Thank you. Corner number fucking 10,000 right now, and nothing's coming from it. But what about this? What about that? Finally, there it goes. It's Lacazette from the header. You better believe it. He had to get the goal at some point today, and finally he's done it. Whipped in more at the near post. The keeper got a hand onto it, but not enough to cop it, to stop it from going out right there. There we go. They might be on one final counter to maybe pick something up. Murphy, shot. Wow, hit the side netting. That was pretty dangerous. And that is going to do it for the game then. All right, a 2-0 result. We ended up getting our second goal fucking finally after dominating the game. Honestly, they still got forward and had an attack every now and again on the counter, but Jesus, man, it took so funny long. Anyway, though, there we have it. It is a 2-0 result. Lacazette had to pick up a goal. Lanzini with one in like the first 5 minutes. And finally, look at all the shots that he had to take for one goal, which in the end, the keeper still got a hand to. And then straight out of that game, 3 days later, we play another match against Crystal Palace. And Jesus, there's just no break. There is no rest in January. Normally, sometimes it can be kind of chill. There's normally a fair few league games to play in January, but at the same time, we're killing it in almost every cup competition that we're in, so I'm not too surprised that it's so bloody congested. This game, maybe even I might even contemplate simulating, because now that we've beaten Tottenham, we're almost definitely going to get another FA Cup game at some point in the bloody, in this calendar. So I think I might just go for it. I might just simulate this game against Crystal Palace. Whether it's a home game or an away game, I'm just putting my foot down and making that decision. But we're still advancing to hopefully hear back from a couple of clubs for a few players we're trying to get on pre-contract. And we have one so far. This is another player that we're trying to pick up. Alban Lafont. He finally agrees, or Toulouse finally agreed to 9 million for the 75 rated 17-year-old. This guy is going to be our future goalkeeper. There's absolutely no question with the potential he has and the age that he is and the overall that he already has. He's mental. He's absolutely crazy. So 15 grand, again, I'm super happy to pay that. 5 years, won't give you a squad role if we don't need to, and that's that. And one more day left to advance. Crystal Palace, the game next, and hopefully we're going to get a few emails now. Are they going to be? They are, but unfortunately we're getting 2 declines right now. That's no good. And we've got Ene Valencia, a counter offer for him. I don't know what I actually sent the counter offer as. I think it was 9 million. I'm thinking, but I'm just going to go for 8.5 and see if they'll accept that. Valencia is a player I'm looking to sell, but I don't want to sell him for less than his actual value. Anyway, moving on. We now have Ricardo Samponara, who has said that no, he doesn't want to join because he's a top player and he doesn't feel the need he doesn't feel like the move suits him. So maybe if I give him a crucial first team player, he might take it then. And the same I think is going to happen with Jamie McLaren, who just wants to understand his squad role. So then, young Jamie, you're only 71 rated. I'm not promising you anything, and I'm literally just going to give you a sporadic first team player. Not even a squad rotation. We're going to play it safe. And Ricardo Samponara, because your wage is just so ridiculously cheap, 30 grand for an 82 rated player that's only 25. Let's give him 5 years as well. And I'm going to bump that up to crucial. It might mean that we have to play him a little bit more than I intend, because hopefully Lanzini gets to a really good rating with his potential, but I'm still going to send that away. And if Samponara still doesn't accept it after a crucial first team player squad role, then maybe I'll just increase it by a little bit, because to be fair, even if we increase it from 30 to 40, that's almost double what he's getting paid right now. It's ridiculous how little he's on. But we've scored in the 25th minute. I'll skip ahead now. And we do get the 1-0 win. Lanzini now. Lacazette doesn't score, which is a bit alarming. He's gone a goal without a game. That's very, very alarming. But Lanzini's picked up 1. And I come out of that simulated game with 5 emails. Let's see what we got now. China want me to be their manager. Just let me think about it. Nah, I think I'm good. Okay, sweet. Callas, he's unfortunately declined. He wants to know his squad role, but these 3 players have all accepted, and they're all players that I'm super keen on getting as well. Axel Witsel, by the way, is the biggest, and it looks like he's gone from 82 to 83 in the time that we've been trying to get him on a pre-contract, so that's pretty cool. I'm going to accept that, absolutely. He is the #1 player that I wanted to sign out of all the players I had that I could have gotten on a pre-contract. This next player, Entep, is the second player that I wanted the most, and we're going to definitely get him. He's only 24 and 81 rated. I consider him to be the next Payet, or maybe not the next Payet specifically, but the next left midfielder that we're going to have when Payet eventually is moved on, when he gets a little bit too old, starts dropping off in overall. And while I do really want Saido Berahino as well, he's not the next player on my hierarchy in terms of players that I want to get on pre-contracts. He's probably 4th, right behind or right underneath, what is his name? Samponara, the centre attacking midfielder. I do want to get him for a multitude of reasons. I really need another good centre attacking midfielder. And I'll be totally honest, Berahino is definitely not above him. I'm going to wait for Samponara to approve because, as you guys may know, we only have very few spots left available. And if we're going to run out of spaces, I want to make sure I get the players that I want the most on pre-contract. And as for Callas saying he just wants to know what his squad role is going to be, let's give him a squad rotation because that's pretty much what it'd be. We just got a player back from loan as well. So Lewis Page is back from Coventry City. And now we've also got Alban Lafont, unfortunately declining his contract because, again, everyone wants to know what their fucking squad role is going to be. Jesus Christ, man. Anyway, don't blame him. And you know what? I feel like I'm pretty safe with giving him an important first-team player because I don't think I'm going to make him my starting 11 goalkeeper immediately. I think we can still keep Adrian in there for a while. And whenever the time is right, I will eventually bump Lafont up to the starting goalkeeper position. So I don't feel too concerned with giving him an important first-team player. I'm going to just give it to him, and hopefully he accepts straight away. I've also got a little bit of play training now. If you guys didn't know, I've only given drills to 2 players now. Oxford's getting 2, and Elliot Jackson, aka the future English Messi, is getting the other 3 as well. So I really want him to come up. He could be the Kenny Prince Schwab potentially of this series, and he's already gone up to a 94, and some decent results there. Not so much for Oxford though. But let's keep going. We still don't have a game for a while. We're just very much well into the transfers right now, and at the moment, we're still struggling to get Samponara. He needs to probably get paid a little bit more, I would imagine. Jamie McLaren, however, has accepted, which is pretty good. But again, I'm talking about that hierarchy right now between McLaren and Berahino. I definitely want Samponara more. So no more fucking around. It's time to actually get this guy in the team. Let's give him a 20% as well, plus 40 grand, 5 years, crucial first team player. Let's just do it and let's go. Come on, that is pretty much, I feel like that should be enough. If it's not, maybe I'll bump it up to 50 grand, but that's about as far as I'm going to go. Thomas Callas has accepted his pre-contract as well. It's literally everyone except for the one guy that I really want to bring in. Whatever. It's okay. Still advancing, still waiting to hear back from all these players. I've got a bad feeling that Granada. Okay, so they've accepted 7.5 for Valencia. You know what? I might be tempted to take that. You know what? I think that's okay. Let's accept 7.5 from Granada for Ene Valencia. Still waiting right now. Still hoping to hear back from Ricardo Sampanara. Please, will you just hurry up and accept? No, instead we get Alban Lafont accepting his contract. Big signing here. This is our future star goalkeeper. We know it. We already know. He's got an amazing potential. Incredible overall. At such a young age, we're getting him in. So for 9 million, nearly double what his value is, or just under, and 15 grand a week, welcome into the team, Lafont. Advancing forward ahead again. Liverpool just made a signing. That's pretty cool. Sampanara has finally accepted 40 grand, 20% bonus as well for all the goals he's going to get, hopefully for us. And of course, the crucial first team squad role and 5 years. So there we go. Finally, he is signed for us. So let's do it then. How many more spots do we have left available? We can pick up Sampanara, but we're probably going to run out. Look, who's the next player going to be? Saido Berahino? Definitely. Do we have space for him? No, we don't. If we're going to bring in Saido Berahino, we have to sell some players. Luka Belic. This is a player that I'm looking to get rid of. Shrewsbury are actually willing to pay so much less than his value, but I think they know we're just trying to get him off the books. It's not really about the money, so we'll just have to take that for him. No offense to him either, but the fact that he doesn't have a real face in the game, that bugs the hell out of me. I can't stand that. I think that should mean now that Saido Berahino is good to join. No, we have to wait for him to go first. And now all we've got to do is wait for Valencia to go, wait for Belic to go, and then we can actually bring in those other players. And we have one player sold, and it is going to be Valencia. We get 5.5 back for selling him for 7.5. But that does mean now that we can go for Berahino. The only problem is that the actual offer expired by the time he ended up actually going. So we have to resend in the contract. That's a pain in the ass. Hopefully he can just accept it again, no problem. Come on, boys. No more hassles. Only a few more days till the next game against Leeds United. And he's accepted it this time, the very next day. That's what I'm talking about. Punctual stuff from Saido Berahino, or at least from his agent. Love it. Anyway, bring him in. Let's go. But only 3 days left until the game against Leeds United. We have another player sold, so that probably means that we can bring in Thomas Callas. We are going to have to do that thing again where we've got to resend the contract because it expired, but it's okay. He should join. We should hopefully get that message almost immediately after this game against Leeds United, just saying that yes, he has joined and he has accepted his contract. We can accept it the very next day. But we're going to have to wait to take care of that because we have the EFL Cup to see through, our progression to the final to take care of. We are already leading 2-0 on aggregate going into the second leg at home against Leeds United, and we should hopefully take care of business. Cresswell is going to start at left back for Masuaku, who's back from his injury, but still a bit tired and still a bit fresh from injury. Noble's going to come in for Kouyaté, and guess who's in goal? It's Alban Lafont for his first game, a debut match. Let's give him a crack in the cup, see how he goes. And I'm still going to be playing Adrian, I think, for the rest of the season at starting 11 goalkeeper, but if he is really growing quite rapidly, Lafont, and maybe Adrian drops off a bit, I might start Lafont instead. It might happen earlier. So there he is, making his debut in the West Ham team, and I'm absolutely pumped to see what he brings to the table. To be so highly rated at such a young age, I mean, he is almost as good, I reckon, in career mode as Donnarumma, although I'm yet to actually play a game with him, so let's see what he can actually pull out when it comes to saving the ball. Let's do it. Cresswell, good run. This is a beautiful run by Aaron Cresswell. Unbelievable stuff. And now Lanzini on the right. I'm looking for Lacazette. I'm going to try the cross into him. Just doesn't really get to him. It looked a bit weird, honestly. Dyer still with some space. Dyer, the shot is right at Rob Green. It's just unfortunately not either to the left or to the right of him. Come on. Need that right delivery. It's decent. It's okay. Reed, right at that back post. Dyer was there, and he just could not. The angle was too tight. And I think they'll get one more chance maybe to make something happen here. They're trying. They're getting all the bounces, and that's a really terrible block. It was no block. I barely put any pressure on him when he took that shot. And even still, it was so far wide. It might even be considered a cross, but even that missed the target. Anyway, 0-0. Not a great game so far. Really, we've just been doing the exact same that we did in the first game. Just all the possession, all the ball, just fucking struggling big time to actually put it in the net though. Tackle by Cresswell. That's clean. Got it to Lanzini. Holy shit, he's got some space to shoot. Why not? That is not the shot that I was looking for. Took it so far up in the air. We're actually going to go this whole game without getting a goal after taking about 15 fucking shots so far. Oh, what a ball. What a ball from Noble. And now Cresswell's going to run in. Cut it there. Lacazette. It's over the crossbar. They're fucking defending for their lives when they've already lost. They're not even through in the EFL Cup. They're not going through. They just cannot be fucking scored on today. It's not happening. Ooh, this is looking dangerous indeed. Ooh, Cresswell. And there's a foul. There's a penalty? What the fuck for? Oh my god. Is it given on my goalkeeper? What the fuck is there a penalty for? Well, Lafont, you have an opportunity maybe to make yourself a hero and save a penalty. Please go right. Yes, yes, Alban Lafont. That's a debut penalty save. Come on, welcome to the London Stadium. Lacazette, we're just getting these passes off right now. Dyer is running forward. He's not really the sort of player you really expect or want on the break, but we'll take it anyway. Semedo can run past a few, can't he? Yes, he can indeed. This is very nice. And look at that. Oh, my goodness. Nelson Semedo just ran past everyone and then just gave it off to Lacazette just to make sure. Look at that gap. He had the momentum. The defenders were flat-footed and then just cut it across. Lacazette always looking to get in amongst the goals. Lacazette. Lanzini going to take him on. Nice turn this. This is what I got to do more of. Just running. And running and running and running and running and running and running. Oh, it actually did come off of Cooper and it finished at the near post. I was going for the far post and I thought, bloody hell, I took way too long to shoot and it rightfully got blocked, but it still went in the net anyway. Bit of fortune. Ah, well, it's a good way to see off the game and it's a good way to make sure that we are going through to the EFL Cup final. Our first season, we've already made it to one cup final. One of our objectives is to make sure that we win at least the cup competition, a domestic cup, and it looks like we might be on our way to winning the EFL Cup. We have done all we can. We've gotten through to the final, and now we will have to wait and see out of Chelsea and Tottenham who we face in the final. And we finished with, I'm not even kidding, 20 shots for 2 goals in that game. That's not that great a conversion rate, but still, or at least for FIFA. But anyway, there we go. Look at the other semi-final. Chelsea were beaten by Tottenham, so it's going to be a West Ham versus Tottenham final. We've already played Tottenham once in a cup game, in the FA Cup. It was the first game that we had in the FA Cup, and we were able to progress. We've already played them in the Premier League, and I pretty well remember we won that game as well. So we are doing very well against Tottenham in this season, but we now need to do it on one of the biggest stages of all. Thomas Callas has accepted his contract again now, so we can bring him in. And really, all we have to do now is wait to sell one more player if we're going to bring in Jamie McLaren. And if we don't sell that player, then he can't come. But this man, Thomas Callas, absolutely can. Welcome into the team. We got an offer here from Sunderland. They want to pick up the former Newcastle man here for 11 million or so. I definitely do not want to sell him for any, I really wasn't really super keen on selling him anyway, but I might consider it. Maybe only for like a fair amount though. I also don't know why, but I kind of feel a bit dirty selling a former Newcastle player to Sunderland. I don't know why. He's not a Newcastle player. Hasn't been for ages. I don't know. I feel weird, but I'm still going to counter for 18 million. And Sunderland, something tells me they're pretty stingy and they won't pay that anyway. Still advancing to the next game. By the way, I haven't even mentioned it yet, but we are in the FA Cup. The next game is going to be in the FA Cup. And we're going to be playing Arsenal. So we've already played Tottenham. Now we've got to play Arsenal. These are our only 2 games in the FA Cup so far. And just, Jesus Christ, we have to play Arsenal in the second game of the FA Cup. Next thing we know, we're going to have to play West Ham. We're going to have to play Chelsea. We're going to have to knock out every top London club that there fucking is to get through to the FA Cup. And yeah, that's what I thought. Sunderland are willing to pay 14 million for Carroll. And again, tempting. Maybe I'm going to say 17. And 17 is the only thing I'm going to take. If they don't accept 17, then fuck them. I'm willing to go down to 17. That's that. But if you don't accept 17 for a 9.5, 28-year-old striker that I'm barely playing, then you can get stuff. That's pretty much it. We also have a transfer offer from Barnsley for a player that I am again sort of looking to sell, maybe get off the books, and it's for 500 grand. He's worth that is pretty much what he's worth, and honestly, in the long run, not too much money, not too much of a difference really, so I'm probably going to accept that. But Lewis Page, probably get him off the books again, and maybe we can bring in Jamie McLaren now. If he doesn't accept straight away, then I don't think we're going to be able to, or maybe I'm pretty confident that he should be fine, because we're leaving it at the Arsenal game in this episode, and bang, there you go. We have an accept from Jamie McLaren. Sunderland are going to pay the 17 million for Andy Carroll. Wow, that's nearly double what his value is, and for a guy that we were barely playing, and I was considering, I don't know, man. I feel like we'll be fine. We've got Simon Zaza, we've got Caleri, and we've got, of course, Lacazette for the rest of the season. And we only need Lacazette, honestly, boys. But still, just in case anything happens, we have those 2 backups. And now we've got Berahino and Jamie McLaren joining us at the end of next season, or at the start of next season. So welcome into the team, Jamie McLaren. That's definitely a player that you can keep your eye on. And advance one more day, and we will be leaving it right here with this FA Cup game against Arsenal. And we're going to have a huge episode next time out where we play Arsenal and Manchester City in the same episode. And confirmation there as well that Carroll has gone to Sunderland. Controversial, I know. I am, of course, as you guys should know, a Newcastle fan. Selling a former Newcastle player to Sunderland feels wrong, if you know what I mean. But it's been ages since he's been at Newcastle. I mean, he's been at Liverpool, then he went to fucking West Ham. How many years has it been? Over 5 years maybe since. Either way. But we're getting some good cheddar out of him we're getting some pretty good money out of Sunderland for him. So I guess I'll take it. But this is where we leave it for this episode, guys. It is Arsenal versus West Ham in the FA Cup at the start of the next episode. And until then, guys, my name is the Master Bucks. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a good one. Bye-bye.